But I released a video on my practical, private, local AI stack. And so I know there's like a ton of stuff you could do out there with AI. Some of it's for fun. Some of it's kind of hypothetical. Some of it's just, I don't know. A lot of it's for fun, I think, right now, to kind of explore and learn too. But I was trying to apply a lot of the things that I learned, or a lot of the systems that I use, into my HomeLab, and try to run, you know, a few AI workloads and see how it works. Like, this has been a long journey for me. You know, I think 2 months ago, you know, I started building like my app server, or my AI server. And a lot of people, you know, when I said my all-in-one server, you know, and I showed off my basically Stornator torn apart into shreds, still kind of is. A lot of people question some of my choices for hardware, and I totally get it. You know, I was using an older Xeon, you know, and an older motherboard, but I threw a 3090 in there, and it was all SSDs. And I think a lot of people are scratching their heads like, what the heck are you even going to use that for? And so this has kind of been my application server, and kind of my AI box, which AI I'm throwing into my application server, which is working out great. Got a 3090 in there. I can do some pretty decent stuff, and has 256 gigs RAM, a bunch of SSDs, and a CPU that's adequate. That's all it needs to be for what I'm running, is adequate. And I get lots of lanes out of it. So it's been pretty cool. And then, you know, from there on, I was like, trying to figure out, like, you know, you see all of this AI stuff out there, and you do see even open source stuff has been sprinkling it in when it can. And I've just been trying to figure out, like, what does it all mean? Are there any things that I could run here, and any things that are kind of lasting to where I would actually get some use out of them? Arguably, even some of the things I talked about yesterday in that video may not stick around. I may not use them. They're cool party tricks, but we'll see, you know, what sticks. And so, yeah, I released that video, and a lot of people said, "Where's the tutorial? Where is the tutorial? We demand a tutorial," which is awesome. I love it. Thank you so much. I love it. I love it when people are vocal about what they want. And this was kind of a conscious decision that I made up front, that, like, I talked about so many different AI systems. If I made a tutorial on this, it's probably going to be at least an hour long. I mean, you know, because when I do tutorials, I try to make them in depth. Like, if I'm gonna go through and make a tutorial, I'm usually not going to skip any steps. And so I wasn't going to do like this high level tutorial. And so I just thought, this is story mode. I'm going to talk about what I'm using. I'm going to talk about how I use it. You know, there's going to be just enough for people to understand the systems I'm using. And if they want to hunt this down before I release the tutorial, they can. Otherwise, I'm going to release the tutorial. So that's what I was just working on. That's why my voice is super hoarse, because I was talking for about 2.5 hours. Obviously, I'll edit this out and get it all worked up, but I doubt I'm going to be able to trim out an hour and a half. We'll see. But that's going to be coming. I would love to be able to edit it tonight. Like, I'm going to be honest. I was weighing out my scales. I was like, you know, do I cancel the stream to work on this video to get it out tomorrow? And then I thought, no way. I need a break from YouTube, and I need to get on Twitch. So anyways, that's, long story short, that's what I've been working on. Ton of AI stuff, ton of cool stuff. I will have the tutorial on how to build everything exactly the way I did, as well as from the ground up, from hardware up, hardware recommendations, all the way into OS to software, to getting it running, to integrating, and then getting it working in a decent fashion to where you're not waiting around. And that's pretty cool. It's pretty fun. Anyways, that's what I've been working on. Like a lot of AI stuff. I'm super excited to kind of, you know, work on the next thing, because this has been a long time coming for me, because you know, I had to put all of this together and learn a ton of stuff and then get it to work to even then talk about it. So anyway, so I'd love to know what you guys are talking about. Let's hop into what you guys are talking on, because I am just blabbing so much. Let me grab another drink. 2 for 1, helps my throat and gives me some caffeine. So let me oh man, I think, Okay. Man, you guys were in here chatting before I got here. I love it. I love it. Talking about sensors. I'm just going to go through this. Oh, yeah, Zigbee stuff. Yeah, I have that one too. Yeah, I love it. You guys were in here chatting before I got here. AC for my house. Yeah, 1,500 watts. All right. Oh, man, that is awesome. You guys were just chatting in here. I do apologize again for being late, but let's hop in. Let's hop in. Some of us have played. Some of us have been in here for more than an hour. Yeah, I see that on the timestamps. I see that. Thanks for sticking around. Flowdash, this week I'm swapping over my R730 to an R730 XD, and then packing up the 2 old R730s to be sent to a location. Multi-region AA. Flowdash, I like it. I like it. Yeah, multi-region, for sure. For sure, you got multi-region going on. That is pretty awesome. What are you going to do from site to site? Are you going to do HA, or is it going to be backup, or are you just going to separate stuff? It sounds pretty awesome. I'm always curious, like what people build, especially when you get outside of one location. Then that's like, okay, well, like what are people doing to scale, if anything? So, and I don't mean like hyperscale. I just mean like going from 1 to 2 is hard. Going from 1 to 2, anything is really hard in programming, parallelism or anything, or even scaling systems, because you gotta figure it all out ahead of time. So, let's see. Try not to malplate. I hear you, man. It's been hot everywhere. It's been hot. We've been pretty lucky. It hasn't been that hot here in Minnesota. We've been pretty lucky. I'd say last week, but now it's it's getting kind of gross. It's 80s and feels like upper 80s. Kind of gross. I've had the windows open for a long time. Had to close them last night. I'm like, okay, I'm so done with humidity. I kind of sweated it out for a while, but it's been nice at night here. Alex, need to see the YWS rate card. I do too. I want to see what it is. I for sure do. Flowdash. But thanks to the stream being late, I was able to finish all of my tickets at work. Yeah, so feet are up and hoping to clear the board for another 3 hours. That is awesome. Yeah. Well, hey, hopefully you can kick back and enjoy. Kick back and enjoy, because dang it, you have to work on a Saturday. You have to work on a Saturday. So, Jay Greentree, Techno Tim, Home Assistant, and Heimdall, and other Docker-related things. Cool. So, you're working on, Home Assistant. Love it. I feel like I'm always kind of configuring it. I need to configure it a little bit more. As you can see, that my lights aren't totally working, at least for the stream. And then Heimdall and other Docker. I hear you. I've been doing a ton of Docker too. Dude, what is going on? Dude, Cyber Knight. Dude, thank you so much. Gifted 5 subs. Man, thank you so much. Hopefully I can see who they gifted to. Ooh, I got it over here for some reason. I got it in multiple places. Dude, Cyber Knight, dude, thank you so much. Gifted 5 subs. Let's see. Nacho CDN, Nata, Pandar, Gnomes are great, I agree. And Mr. Extremely, enjoy your gifted sub from Cyber Knight. Dude, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. I wish the lights were flashing for this. Oh, I don't have the remote. I could manually do it. I could have manually done it for everyone. I do apologize. Hey, look, my microphone's in the shot, at least, kind of. Hopefully it wasn't in the shot when I was just recording my other mic. Maybe it was. Who knows? But, dude, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks for gifting those subs. Everyone, enjoy your gifted sub from Cyber Knight. Thank you. Jay Greentree, yeah, lots of Docker-related stuff. I've been doing tons of Docker stuff, too. I hear you. I've been leaning back into Docker, totally Docker Compose, a lot of stuff with Compose, and kind of tightening up a lot of the stuff I used to let loose in Docker. So keeping it tight. I don't know, maybe someday I'll also, well, you'll see it. If you look at the AI stack, you'll see kind of some of my new patterns. But I think I'm gonna, at some point, just talk about, the inevitable, at least for me, or kind of my transition from Docker to Kubernetes, kind of back to Docker for a lot of things, and kind of why. And not that there's anything wrong with it. I'm sure it's a lot of me. And I still run Kubernetes in my co-location. That works great. Like all my documentation, like all my stuff, that works great. But for home systems, I feel like sometimes I'm like little too loose with it to where things don't work. So anyways, maybe I'll talk about it. So at some point, at some point. Bubbly LaCroix. Oh, yeah, I like it. Oh, yeah, I like it. I like them all. Yes. Yocto, here we go. YWS update. Got all the power cut over to the service now. Awesome. Doing some new room measurements and getting the plans together to get a raised floor tiling installed and ordering a couple of new racks so they could be in place when everything is ready to cut over. That is awesome, man. That is awesome. So if you don't know Yocto, he runs YWS. That is the name of the data center that used to be his garage, formerly known as Garage. It's now his data center, and yeah, Home DC. Wait, it was the Home DC, formerly known as the HomeLab, formerly known as the Garage. But yeah, basically Home DC, a lot going in, tile floors, new racks, everything. Man, that's gonna be crazy. Are you gonna have to move everything out and then back in for the tiled floors? But that's awesome, and I think he got new service. I think it was like crazy electricity going on over there. So anyways, if my stuff in Minneapolis ever falls through here downtown, I'm gonna be shipping my stuff your way for sure. Dude, what's your Saturday emergency tip? 412. My Saturday emergency 412. Wait. Oh, Saturday emergency. Oh, gotcha. I was like, what's the 412? Anyways, oh, my Saturday, I talked about it a little bit. Not a super emergency thing, but I started recording my video at 1:30 local time. So if that gives you any clue of how long it takes to record stuff, and you know, that went until about 4:30 then local time. So yeah, I had the camera rolling for an hour, 3 hours, sorry, because a lot of stuff going on. But yeah, do apologize. Hi y'all, probably DNS. Yeah, probably yeah, it is. It is 100% DNS when it comes to why my lights aren't working. I think it is. Probably, it always is. It always is. Are you going, yeah, full cable tray on top. This is what we talked about in YWS about the cables on top. I think he is. I think he is. Yeah, power through the floor, data raceways above the rack. That sounds awesome. That sounds, hot cold aisles. Man, you guys are getting wild. You guys are holding Yocto to a super high standard. I like it. I like it for sure. Let's see. Yocto, yep, ducted heat pump, pushing air through the floor and exhaust vents to return the hot air. Yeah, that is how to do it. Cold air from the bottom and then the exhaust from the top. That is how to do it. For sure. For sure. Yeah, Alex, yeah, we need to get Tim on a plane to come visit to you. Yeah, that would be awesome. I do need to get out to the PNW, Pacific Northwest. I need to get out there. Like, one, because I just love it. Like, it has my ideal climate. Cloudy, with a chance of rain, and cool. That's like everything I love. And then plus, like, yeah, just everything about, you know, the Pacific Northwest in general. You know, the plants, yeah, fauna, everything. A lot of pine. I love it. I love it. But yeah, I would like to do a tour. I would like to do a tour, a YWS tour. Let's see, BPK Link. I'm going with BP Clink. Greetings and salutations from Shakopee. All right, Shakopee, Minnesota. All right, I love it. I love it, Shakopee. I paused home automation work and experimented with Fabric, a LLM tool that has some powerful functionality. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm curious about Fabric too. I don't know anything about it. I should know something about it, but I stumbled on it when I was going through some of the NVIDIA stuff, because I was like, video, you know, installing drivers, and videos are like, hey, if you're using Fabric, use this. And I was like, I don't think I'm using Fabric, but I need to look into it too. Man, paused home automation for AI. It sounds awesome. I need to learn more. Now that I'm starting to have the tools to kind of do this stuff and play around with stuff, I can. It's so awesome being able to have Olama too, because I'm going to do some cool stuff with APIs and stuff like that too. So I don't know. A lot of stuff I'm super excited about. Yes. Let's see. Metal cable trays. Yeah, kind of agree. Copper power. Let's see. TimCon 2025, August 2025. I want to see Tim Mel. No way. Yeah, no way. August 2025? No, that is no. No way. No, August in Minnesota is so hot and so muggy. It's just like, I know a lot of people are probably like, what? Isn't it cold up there? I mean, it gets real cold here in the winter, but it also gets so humid and gross. Sometimes like Georgia up here in the summer. It is weird. Oh yeah, okay. In Las Vegas, I might dry heat. I might. Our stat, I've been waiting here a whole 2 minutes. I want a refund. Hey. I was, you're lucky. Let's see. Knoscar. I'm going with Noscar. Hi, Tim. Been watching your YouTube videos for a while. Great stuff. Thank you. I bought this last week. 2 HPE DL380s, G10s, nice, with one 4110 CPU, 14 terabytes each, nice, and one HPE DL30 G7, DL380 G7 with 48 terabytes, 2 HP R1500 UPS, and 2 HP T1 UPS, 3 to 4, 48 gig switches, and lots of cables. Any guesses on how much you paid? If you're asking me that, it's going to be something ridiculously low. It's going to be something ridiculously low because I don't think if you overpaid, you're not going to brag about it. If you paid just right, you're not going to brag about it. So I'm betting it's going to be something ridiculous. I mean, I have no idea. I won't even guess. Like if you frame it that way, 300. I was going to say 100 because I was like, if you're framing it that way, I might as well go all out. But 300, yeah, that's a deal. That's basically like, hey, can you come pick up this stuff? I don't want it anymore. I mean, for the value you got, that is insane. That is insane. So, yeah, that is awesome. Congratulations. That is a lot of stuff to go through. You could resell it, and you could sell 1 or 2 things and recoup the cost, and then everything else is free. Yeah, that's exactly. Those are. Can you come pick up this stuff? I don't want any more. Oh, by the way, I'll take a little bit of money for it. Whatever you got in your wallet, that equals $300. Flowdash, not both you can Velcro and keep your bundles clean. I always found the plastic ones were just messy. This is going back to cabling. Yeah, for sure. Modest Tim, hey, how's it going? Howdy, Tim. Packing up the home rack this week and getting ready to move states. Nice. Moving from North Carolina to Florida at the end of the month. That is awesome. That is awesome, man. You're going down south to get even more warm and more weather and a lot of more stuff, more sunshine, more humidity, more ocean. Maybe more. Yeah, more ocean if you count, all the coastline for sure. That is awesome. Oh yeah, my dog's gonna bite my foot. Yeah. When he's sleeping, you can't mess with him, and I put my foot right next to his bed, so he's getting fired up. But that is awesome. Congratulations on the move. Packing up the home rack, man. So maybe you have some stuff kind of running in the cloud too. I'm not sure. But hey, congrats on the move. I'm ready for a move myself. I kind of feel like, hey, it's time to move. It's time to move, dude. PC Geek, thanks for the bits. That is a ginormous emote too. I love it. Modest Tim, good luck, man. Cranko, love the self-hosted AI video. Hey, thank you so much. Videos like that are hard, and like all videos are pretty hard for me. But with that video, I tried to be. It's tough because like videos like that, it's like I try to tell a story, I try to convey something without saying too much, and for me that's really hard. Like, it's easy for me to ramble about things and talk about things and, like, go on all these, side quests as I'm, like, talking about stuff. It's so easy for me to do that. But it's hard to do the opposite, like, stay on the main quest, talk about the thing, And so I had to really focus when I wrote that script, and I even edited a ton out. Like, that video was going to be probably about 4 or 5 minutes longer, and I just ended up editing a lot of it out. That's why the ad for Surfshark seems so long, is because, oh man, I just took away 5 minutes from this thing. But anyways, I appreciate it. I should just take a compliment. I'm bad at doing that, so. Lesser Terrain, Woot, glad to see you again. Working on getting my new Cisco 3750G set up, hopefully in the near future. I won't be constrained to 100 megabit. Wow, that's going to be quite the jump from 100 megabit to 10 gigabit, to gigabit. That is awesome. That is crazy that you've been on 100 megabit this long. I hope that wasn't just for everything. And if it was, man, you were holding out. Yeah, gigabit's going to feel like, I don't know. It's going to feel like if I went to 10 gigabit, it's 10x. Dude, there's all kinds of bits. Dude, Alex, thanks for the bits. Appreciate it. Dat Fuzzy, Dat Fusey. Thanks for the Prime sub. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. There you go. Now, I was calling it out before it rolled in. Thank you. Mr. Technician, hey, I've been talking to Will from Plover. Yeah, digital about co-locating. Also figuring out what to buy for the new rack. Awesome. It's funny you mentioned that. I was just thinking of Will yesterday. Yeah, he's such a, I don't want to call him a kid, but he's younger. I mean, he could probably be my kid. I don't know. I hate to call younger people kids. To me, I feel like I'm paying them a compliment because they're so young. But then to them, it might be like, hey, I'm not. I'm an adult. But anyways, I want to say he's such a good kid. But no, he's such a good guy, such a nice guy. I was just thinking about him yesterday, and I was curious about how things are going. But that is awesome. Hey, we might be rack buddies. We might be Colo Buddies then, Mr. Technician. That is cool. Don't mind the jank the jank wiring setup that I have going on. I soon may or may not have a switch. So to put in there, I'm just not sure if I want to take up another Will, another 1U from Will. I might jerry rig that in there too. So awesome. That is awesome. Slusherman, thanks for all the great tutorials. Really helped in my home lab. Hey, no problem at all. I hopefully have more coming that way. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah, you were trying to make it light mode. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah. It will be soon. I put a reminder for today at 7 to check DNS, so I got to remember to do it tonight. Big one, X Cage. Techno Tim, hey, first time I was here, I asked what to do with Linux when I just got started with Unraid. You said, whatever you want, have fun. Second time was on the fence about Kate's. Kind of the same thing. So now I'm in for some advice again. All right. Oh man. It sounds like I didn't give the greatest advice. No, I remember. Those are always hard questions though, but let's see. I have my VMs in Proxmox and I have them all on NVMe because more speed is always better. So my question is, how problematic or is it even worth it to use Ceph storage? Oh yeah, and HA. This is kind of up to you. And this is kind of it depends. Like if you, first of all, well, what is Ceph going to give you? It's going to give you high availability, I think object storage, right? So it's going to give you high availability storage. How could that be helpful? Well, if you're running Proxmox and you're running LXCs or virtual machines, you could build an HA cluster that then would migrate your machines to different VM hosts, hypervisors, if that one's down. So, take 3 servers, same thing you would think of with high availability, I guess anything else. You could also make those VMs or LXCs highly available so that if, the host is down, the machine gets shut down or it dies, it just spin up that same VM somewhere else. And so, is that something you're interested in? Is that something you need? I mean, if you have super fast storage in a super fast network and you want to play around with it, absolutely. Absolutely. If I just even had 3 more machines, I'd probably play around with it too. But yeah, and it just depends. Like if this is where I'm at with kind of like my home versus HomeLab stuff. I'm really trying to separate it out a lot. For my home lab, if I have the hardware in the future, absolutely, I'm going to try it. For like my home prod, I probably won't because I need that to be stable. And while that sounds like it might make things more stable, just like I thought with Kubernetes, sometimes it being more complex makes things a little bit unstable. So it's totally up to you. Play with it in home lab, absolutely. If that's your only machine and you depend on it for Plex, Jellyfin, all that kind of stuff, pie holes in there, maybe, but that's going to be up to you. But I say go for it. I talked myself out of it. Now I talk myself back in, but I think so. Sup, Tim? Unbound DNS or ISC, DHCP, and OpenSense. I'm going with Unbound DNS only because I don't know what ISC, DHCP, and OpenSense is. So I get what OpenSense is, I get what DHCP is, but I don't know ISC. So Unbound. Unbound DNS. That's what I'm going for. Jay Green Tree. Yeah, caffeine equals life. I kind of agree. I wish that wasn't the way, but yeah, I'm not a normal human until I get some. And that, you know, which means I'm pretty addicted. But ISC is deprecated, I think. Okay, I chose the right one then. Type Trade Pop. So an insulated. I don't know why that one's funny. Wait, I'm losing the. Oh man, I might have. This might be to a thread, so I do apologize. Dude, Alex, dude, thank you so much. Oh man, I need lights for this one. I need lights for all these. I feel like I should just turn on the lights and let them flash the whole time. And new people like looking at the channel will be like, what the heck is this guy doing? Dude, thank you so much. Dude, Alex, 5 gifted subs. Let me see. I got to look in yet this other thing that is right here. So, T Punch, Tie Punch TV, Slitzo, Blau Angel, Blau Angel, and Fazoe, and Uncle Vins, ULNKNS. Dude, man, thank you so much for the subs. Enjoy your gifted sub from Alex. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Want to make sure I didn't miss something too. Dude, appreciate it. Thank you. Man, I feel like I should just turn on the lights for the rest of the stream. Let's see, Mr. Technician, I might still have some Unify rack here. Yeah, I think I ran into some too. Zekin, local AI is still so janky. I don't disagree. I think we're very early on. You know, I think we're very early on in a lot of stuff. Not only the tools to do it, which I think we have. We're in a weird time because we have a lot of these models now that are trained by other people, big companies, and some of the tooling that we use locally to then use them aren't the greatest. So I feel like the cart is in front of the horse only because like a lot of these companies that are doing it. Are using like their own tools to do it or whatever they're using to do it and to train these models, and we're trying to consume them, and sometimes it is kind of jank. So I tried to get a lot of the jank out with my video yesterday and try to have something that is practical and usable and stable, and I think I met all that. But yeah, I agree. We're in a weird state right now, and it's exciting because there's all these tools around that are popping up, and it's a lot of new stuff. But I'm kind of hoping like things settle a little bit more, and not that there's one clear winner, but there are clear winners. So I don't want to say standardized, but just so people can gravitate towards them and build things against them versus a lot of other stuff. So, anyways, it is wild. It is wild right now. It's definitely the Wild West. Okay, that's in a thread. Regarding your AI video, would be cool to have a CPU only build too. Yeah, I think that would help a lot of people try it out before throwing money into a GPU. Munzie, yeah, good point. Good point. Yes. So everything that I'm using has a CPU option. So everything that in my tutorial that I'm going to show has a CPU option. So, and it's funny because I discussed that too. If you're just genuinely like, I want to figure out what this is and kind of how it works. I don't care about how long it takes to process, just so I understand it. Yeah, CPU is going to be great. It'll do it. And then you kind of get into like, hey, I want to play with it on a regular basis. How to make that less painful. Well, you have to invest in a video card. And I'm just spilling everything, but you know, it doesn't really matter because it's a tutorial and it'll be out soon. But the way I look at it, it's kind of like a gaming PC. Hear me out. If you want to play AAA games at the highest max setting, with everything turned on, 4 8K, 120 hertz, you're gonna need a good video card. You know, you're just gonna need the right tool for the job. Now, you could use an old video card from a couple years ago that might not have the right tech or enough RAM or enough compute to do it. And the game's gonna run a little choppy. But you could also, you know, kind of scale down the game you're playing, right? Lower resolution, lower settings, turn off everything dynamic, and that's my kind of, that's my comparison of going to a smaller model. And then you might be able to use, you know, that smaller model with an older or a smaller card. So yeah, it's tough because people are expecting like, hey, like, why can't I use a video card from even 4 years ago, 5 years ago? And it's like, well, you know, those were built not with this in mind. You know, it doesn't have either the right amount of CUDA cores or doesn't have enough RAM. And so, but there's still things you can tweak. Absolutely. Absolutely. There's still things you can tweak. There are models you can use that are small, tinier models that will do, you know, most of what you want to do to figure things out. So it's, yeah, I agree. I agree. And I do hope, you know, Intel figures something else out too and starts doing better stuff on chip too. So cause this is exactly, you know, kind of what you're talking about. Hey, I want to do it on the CPU, you know, it's like, hey, I want to play, you know, I want to see what this game is about on my integrated, you know, CPU, the GPU that's integrated. I just want to check it out real quick. And, you know, that's kind of what you're saying is it would, you know, would love to be able to do that. But you can. Anyways, long story short, you can do that. There are ways to do it. With the stuff I use, you just have to either use a different tag and it should pull the different image. Anyways, yeah, good point. Good point. Like you don't need a GPU to just like figure out how this stuff works, you know? Is it going to take longer to render? Sure. You know, but that doesn't stop anyone from learning. Hey, Don. Hey, hello from France. Hello from the US. Salvarius, one of these things you hate to part with. One of those things you hate to part with. I have all sorts of ears for Cisco, just can't force myself to throw them out because I might need them. Yeah, funny. I just went through that yesterday with a lot of Ubiquiti stuff. I have so many like ears and like Wi-Fi mounts, and I have this big box that just says Ubiquiti parts. And every time I have leftovers, I just throw it in there. I throw it in there. It's like in a box this big, and it's quickly filling up. So I do that with a lot of stuff. Let's see. Good day. Hey, all. Does anyone know of an open source app that has the ability to receive webhook requests and then executes a script? Well, yeah, maybe. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not trying to be facetious, but you could write the code yourself. That seems pretty small. Yeah, Home Assistant, Mr. Extremely. Yeah, good call. Good call. There's using a system, right? That can do exactly that. I mean, it's kind of how my lights work if they were working right now. I have code that I write that I call into an endpoint, which is Home Assistant, and then instruct Home Assistant to actually do exactly that, to turn off the light or change the color of a light. But yeah, that is good point. Use systems that you already have. I'm so used to like, I can write the code for that in like, 5 minutes, and then like 2 hours later, I'm like writing the most craziest system ever. But yeah, good point. Yakto says Rundeck. Rundeck can do it too. I was thinking, what's N8N? Isn't what N8N is kind of like a big interface for automation? It's kind of like an open source, self-hosted version of whatever the if this then that thing that beat it and their competitor that replaced it. I was thinking along those lines, because then it's like, okay, well, you could feather in anything you wanted. I think it's N-A-N, yeah, N-A-N.io. Yeah, automate manual scripts. Yep, exactly. So there's NAN too, which I want to play with some more soon. That's the only reason why I know it, because it's actually self-hosted. Yeah, Zapier. There you go. So I'm saying like yeah, NAN is like the open source self-hosted version, kind of like Zapier too. Yeah, there's so many options. So many options. Don't write code yourself. That's what I was going for. You know, if it's between like build and use something, because building yourself is just like a recipe for disaster. Yeah, lots of good suggestions. I'm definitely gonna have to try out. What was the one? Rundeck. I'm gonna have to try that out. You're gonna have to look, or at least look into it. So yeah, a lot of suggestions. Oh, this isn't a thread. This isn't a thread. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is. Sorry, it's so hard to tell, and these are in threads. I'm going here. High potential. I like it. This comment has high potential. Yo, Tim, I'm a planetary scientist building lots of things. Not sure which you'd be most interested in. Oh, I'd be interested in a lot. My home lab is also my work and my company's lab. We have instruments covering most of the electromagnetic spectrum, and I run lots of content and AI focused tech. Looking forward to learning from you. Man, I'm like learning so much from you in this one. I feel like, wow, I'm in over my head. No, that is awesome. You're a planetary scientist. Hey, I think that's awesome. I'm super interested in space weather. I have been for a long time. And so you say that you also covering most things electromagnetics. So yeah, I'm super interested in space weather because I like auroras. And so yeah, I like anything about that. Plasma, CMEs, the Earth's core, and then, you know, auroras too. But that is awesome. Sounds fun. I always, yeah, maybe I'll cover this in the future, but right now I'm a consumer of AI, where I'm consuming models and doing stuff. At some point I want to figure out, like, what does it mean to train a model, or like to, yeah, consume some of my other data and stuff too. Like I want to feed and train a model at some point. That seems like I'm way over my head, even just talking about it. So yeah. Rapid fire round. Yeah, Bubly, Polar, or LaCroix. Oh, we talked about this, I think, a little bit earlier. I mentioned it. I have brands that I like, but I go for flavors because, like, you know, I will say it, like, Bubly has the best orange vanilla. Why? Because it tastes like orange cream soda. You know, it's orange vanilla. And they're going after, like, the soda version of the flavor. But if you go to, like, Waterloo and Polar, they're going after, like, orange plus a vanilla stick, like a real stick of vanilla. And it is not good. It is not good at all. For some reason, those flavor, like a real vanilla stick, is not good to me. But I love vanilla flavoring in like everything, you know, ice cream, whatever, you name it. I love it. But when it comes to vanilla stick flavoring in something, I'm just like, oh. Anyways, yeah, so I go for flavors, not brands. But typically, you know, I'll say the brand that we buy most is probably Polar, and followed up really close by probably Bubly and Waterloo and Good and Gather. All of them. Dude, Alex, thank you so much. Oh, yeah. Topo Chico. So thanks for the 100 bits. Funny you mentioned that because last night, well, I first heard of Topo Chico from Pizza Geek. He was telling me about it one time, and I never heard of it, and I wanted to try it. And then last night, I saw at Target that Topo Chico, it was orange with a twist of ginger. And I was like, that sounds so good. And then I looked at the price, and it was like $8.50 for a 6-pack, and I was like, that's kind of expensive. So it was funny. I totally had a Tim moment. So I was just told my wife, we should watch when this is on sale. But I totally want to try the orange and ginger. I know I sound like a cheapskate, but I drink so much bubbly water that, like, it's cool if I wait, you know, until it's on sale. But it does sound good. And then I saw the blueberry hibiscus, and I thought that might be a little too florally for me. Like, I like hibiscus. I did it first, and then it seemed like everyone was putting hibiscus in their bubbly water, and it got to be too much. So, anyways, yeah, I'm gonna get Topo Chico one day. Yeah, it's not cheap. I only tried it one time, but oh yeah, you don't like seltzer water. I can't do it. I've tried. I was the same way at first. Hey, I was the same way. I think a lot of people said the same thing about beer. You know, I don't know anyone who tried a beer when they were younger and they're like, this is great. You know, same with coffee too. You know, when you're younger, you're just like, that is so gross. I will never drink coffee. I will never drink beer. This is so gross. And then, you know, you just kind of acquire a taste for it or something. Your taste buds grow up. I don't know. Yeah, I know that bubbles are bad. Yeah, I hear that. I hear that too. I know. I drink it all the time. All the time. So yeah, my teeth are probably going to fall out more than they already have. Let's see. Nice, funny. I work in a DC for a big European DNS company. Oh yeah. So it's kind of always your fault. Kind of always your fault. Well, I mean, not yours in particular, or your company's, but your product's fault. It's always your product's fault, for sure. For sure. Oh, you unlocked a random MMO. All right. Sorry, noob question. But the best server chassis brand for a build 2U, 3U, or 4U. Any options? Server chassis brand. I think you have yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's tough. I assume you're talking about a PC conversion, and that's where it gets even more tough. I mean, there's Silverstone, there's Sliger. I mean, these are on the top end. You have Silverstone, Sliger, super good. And then on the lower, I don't want to say the lower end, more affordable end, you got no-namers, a whole bunch of no-namers that I've been seeing all over on Amazon lately. I think because they're mass producing them super cheap because they realize that people will pay a lot for them because they're specialty. And then there's one other brand that I used to get, Rosewell. I don't think Rosewell makes the one that I used to like. Just disappeared. But I think those are your options. I think those are your chassis options. Hello, Tim. I am new to trying to set up a remote syslog server, and I'm curious if it's better to spin up Proxmox CT with Dockers inside of them, or should I skip Docker and install the packages directly in the CT, or does it really matter now? Let's see. This is a great question. So, Galvin, great question. This question comes up a lot. A lot of people have this question, like, hey, I don't want to use VMs because I hear there's these smaller and more efficient things. It's containers, LXC containers. But there's also Docker out there. And then I also see people creating LXC containers and then put Docker inside of it, I mean, I have my opinions, and then there's HomeLab, I have my opinions, and then there's what people will do, and there's even what I'll do sometimes. But I look at like this. Like, I consider LXC containers lightweight virtual machines. Like, as lightweight as it possibly can be, right? Except for, the kernel's not isolated. But that aside, think of it like the super lightweight virtual machine. When I think of Docker container, I think it like, a portable application, right? That's obviously a lot smaller than running, the application itself, or running a whole virtual machine, but it's a lot smaller. So it's kind of like, really they're trying to solve two different problems, but people in HomeLab use them interchangeably. Why? Because, with Docker containers, it's super easy. You spin up a container. Maybe it's easy, maybe not. For me, it's easy. Spin up a container. You have all your dependencies. You don't have to install anything. You don't have to patch anything. When you need a new container, you pull a new container, and it's portable. Works great. With LXC, it's a little bit different because you still have to patch them like a virtual machine. It's basically using the kernel, and and that application that's inside of there, you still have to take care of it. It's still kind of like a pet. It's kind of like a mini pet. the whole cattle versus pets. I mean, containers, if you're using them at scale, it's kind of cattle. But it's like a mini pet that you only have to take care of, like, I guess that application and its dependencies. So it's up to you. For me, like if you don't want to do Docker stuff, the easy button is just use LXC. It's super easy to do. Just know that you're going to manage that just like you would a virtual machine. And when I say manage it, I mean as far as patching goes, right? You're going to have to, you know, whatever, based on the container that you're using, you're going to have to pat for, let's say it's Ubuntu for sake of argument. If it's based on Ubuntu, you're going to have to patch it like Ubuntu. You're going to have to use app to install those applications that you need, you know, and then you still have a lot of the concerns that you have with virtual machines, right? And so, and then I don't know, does some people install multiple things inside of containers. I kind of like to think of it like one-on-one, you know, just one application, get that running. I think that's how a lot of people try to do it too, but I've seen people install lots of stuff in there. I don't know what the right answer is. So anyways, if you want a super easy button, you know, you could do container. It's pretty, I'm sorry, you could do LXC. It's pretty easy. But if you, yeah, this is where it goes back to, it kind of depends on what you want to do. I don't have any problem with LXC. I have found use cases for it now. Pi-hole's a good one. Like I like to install that on its own dedicated VM. But I should probably do an LXC because it's like the poster child for LXC, right? Kind of want it to have its own IP. I don't want it to be in Docker. I don't want to have to do craziness with Docker networking. I just want a dedicated IP for it, like it's a machine on my network. And that's where LXC shines, because it's, you know, you can give it an IP and it's just going to run that little mini container, Linux container. It's pretty cool. So anyways, but yeah, it's kind of up to you. I hate to always kind of go back to that, but you know, it's really up to you. How do you want to manage them? And so for me, I want to manage things with a manifest. I want to manage things with YAML. As gross as that sounds, I like YAML to manage applications, right? My Docker stack, I say Docker up, Docker down, Docker destroy, whatever, Docker RM. And then all my dependencies are there. Need a new image, Docker pull, boom, got the latest, didn't install any dependencies. And that's how I like to manage stuff. If you don't like to manage it like that and you just want to use, like, you know, Ansible and treat it just like another virtual machine, or you just want to remote into it and use it like, you know, VM, you can do it that way too. So I don't know, tons of stuff. There's lots of ways to do it. But yeah, I will go back to, I probably wouldn't do Docker inside of an LXC. That's where things get a little weird. And I know people get it to work, and I'm sure it works fine. But that's where it just gets a little bit weird for me, because it's, yeah, I don't know. I think you have to run it as a privileged container. Maybe not. I don't know if that's changed. But then I feel like, okay, well, maybe this is getting, like I feel like it's just kind of, can I and should I situation. And while, you know, it should work, I don't know. Me personally, I wouldn't do it. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Let's see. To me, we need to change. Wait, this means we need to change it to, it's always, oh yeah. How's, hoopsie. I assume that's, oh yeah. Yeah, I like it. Oh, I know. I see what you did there. I was like, who is that? I was like, oh yeah, on the next one. Yeah, it's always Hoopsie. Oh yeah. So no longer DNS. We're blaming it on Hoopsie and his company. It's the old magic cable box that every IT guy has. Still have some composite DVI, VGA cables, and SCART cables. Yeah, I have some of those cables too. I have RCA. I have composite, DVA. Oh, DVI. You're only going DVI and VGA? I was going to say I have S-Video. That's all we're doing. I was going to say I have an S-Video cable just in case, you know, because who knows when one day someone's going to need that S-Video cable, and I'm going to be like, I knew I held on to this. I knew I held on to this for a reason. RCA too. Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Let me make sure I'm. Let me see. Palace. Hey, Palace Games. Hey, good to see you. I think it would be cool to learn how to train a model, then give it a link to Microsoft repos or one of the many Linux repos. Yeah. I think in general it'd be cool to like train a model in general. Like I don't even know what it takes. I know that it takes it takes a lot of RAM, it takes a lot of machine to do it, and I think bare minimum, I think bare minimum to train a model, I think you need 40 gigs of VRAM. So basically 23090s. That's what I've heard on Reddit. But yeah, I think it would be cool to train anything. Like I would love to, I don't even know. I mean, I don't want to say train something to like write in my voice, but not my audible voice, but I guess my typing hand. It would be cool. It would be cool just to see like kind of what comes out of it, you know, or train things for specific things for sure. Like, I think we were talking about in this Discord before, but it would be pretty cool to like train it on, spam or scams, scams in Discord. The scams that Discord themselves should be blocking, but doesn't block. So then it would be cool to like point it at, you need a lot of that data, but to just, point it at, a week's worth of scams we see in Discord and say, this is a scam, this is a scam, this is a scam. You need lots of data to be able to train it, I assume, unless you're tuning a model. Maybe you could tune a smaller model and point to scams. I have no idea. So anyway, I'm kind of talking out like my butt right now because I haven't done any of this. I kind of understand the terms, but I need to figure it out. But anyway, I agree. It would be fun to train a model. It's basically giving it kind of a narrower focus than like, hey, I'm everything chatbot. I can talk about anything. It's like, no, we're not going to talk about everything. Let's just talk about scams right now. Is this a scam? Is this a scam? Those types of things. It sounds cool. It sounds fun for sure. But yeah, sounds awesome. I would love to too. Yeah, Topo Chico. Oh yeah. Topo Chico grapefruit for me. Okay. Just guys are so say. All right, you guys are some Topo Chico fans. I got to get it. I need to stop being cheap. I need to splurge one day and buy the $8 six-pack. Now I'm sad at the cool flavors of bubbly you have in the States. Oh, us Canadians get nothing. We have the basic cherry, orange, strawberry. Oh man. Yeah, we get spoiled. I mean, between LaCroix is kind of what catapulted this whole category, I feel like. Well, they're at the beginning of this huge boom, I feel like. LaCroix and then bubbly, and then you got Waterloo came along and they're like, we're gonna do more natural flavors, and then you have every store brand, so every private label was just like, okay, I see this is blowing up. We have a Costco version, we have a Target version, we have a Walmart version, you name it, and then Polar kind of came out of nowhere. I was like, I thought they just made bags of ice. All of a sudden they're making seltzer water. I guess they've probably done it for a while, but yeah, it's awesome. I love it. I love it so much. All right, we're gonna get a couple more in just because it's getting a little bit late. Hey everyone, I just picked up a 3 pork chop express. How's it going? Haven't seen you in a while. Hey everyone, just bought a 730 to replace my R620, R720. I don't need 2 servers, and racking and SC8486 for all of my data. ISOs, etc. Yeah, those Linux ISOs, they get big. Proxmox on my R730. Got some broken rack arms for the R730, so waiting for some new ones to be delivered. Then let the great migration begin, only at 1 gigabit. Yeah, that is going to be fun. That is going to be fun. If you can, no, I was going to say, if you can lag them, not that will give you any more throughput on one lane, but at least you'd still be able to try to do something on the other if you needed it. I don't know. I mean, for that, I would probably, I don't know what your budget is or what you have, but you could just do direct. You could do DAC. You could get 2 cheap SFP Plus cards and then just do DAC. Just buy a DAC cable. I'm saying it like everyone has money to spend, but I'm sure you could find 2 10 gig SFP Plus cards cheap on eBay, and then buy a cheap DAC cable, and then just hard code the IPs, or just create a local network between the two, and you got quick 10 gig networking, and then you could still use those cards further down the road. Like there's nothing stopping you from just keeping that in the pile of parts that everyone has when they do HomeLab. Anyways, that sounds fun. The 1 gigabit doesn't sound fun, but I've done transfers on 1 gigabit. I've done it so many times. Not a big deal. And it just goes in the background. You just kind of expect, depending on how much data you have, it's either going to take 2 days or 2 weeks. It just depends. But been there. I've been there. So But yeah, congrats on all of the new systems for sure. For sure. Let's see. I am going to make sure. Here we go. TF-CPT. Hey, Techno Tim. Hyped for Google Showcase on August 13th. I'm hyped. All right. Greetings from Portugal. Yeah. I don't know what they're doing on August 13th. I'm assuming something huge. Something huge. I don't know if that's when Google's developer conference usually is. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. I'm always here for it when Google's talking about new stuff or any company talking about tech. You know, if I don't care if it's Microsoft, Apple, Google, whoever. I love it when people talk about new tech and launch new tech because it it's exciting. I don't know. That gets me excited. Gets me excited for sure. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I'm not just like skipping over someone who's absolutely mentioning me directly. Jay Greentree finally setting up Wiki.js. Awesome. Yeah, awesome. Funny you mentioned that because I was just thinking about my Wiki.js today and I was thinking, should I take mine down? Now yours is probably going to get a lot of use. Mine's there and it's open, but doesn't get a lot of use. And it's not like it's not hurting me to keep it up, but sometimes I don't like, just leaving things out there indefinitely. I mean, it costs me nothing to keep it on because it's running in Kubernetes with everything else. But sometimes I'm like, yeah, why leave that open? But anyways, yeah, congratulations. Wiki.js is super fun. And you're gonna use the latest version, which I'm not on. I'm on the old version that has zero migration path except for rebuild all your content. So sounds pretty fun. You'll have to let me know how it is. Hopefully they fix the whole like weird pages layout thing, or not layout, but organization. Yeah. Okay, last couple. Dark. Let's see. Dark Zion. Techno Tim. Sad to hear. Last time you went out of Multus for home assistance, but thanks to your videos, I got it working. So good for me. Hey, no, I totally agree. Like, yeah, it is. It is sad. So what you're saying is, hey, I'm sorry you're not using Multus in Kubernetes anymore, but I'm glad you made the video because now it's working for me. Hey, that's all that matters, right? That's why I create those videos, and that's why that's why I explore and do stuff sometimes. Just because I don't use it doesn't mean it's not good. I never want people to think like, oh man, Tim left this thing. There's got to be a reason. And no, sometimes the reason is it's not wrong. It's just different. I have different needs, and so I did run Multus for a long time. I ran into some issues with Kubernetes nodes getting confused sometimes on which IP they could use or should use. Sometimes they were trying to communicate over like the Multus network. And again, this could be my configuration. It could be just me, but that's what I was running into. Like both Home Assistant and Kubernetes itself were getting a little bit confused. And so sometimes nodes were thinking they were offline, but they really weren't. So if you run into any of that, yeah, that's kind of the path I started going down. And but ultimately it had nothing to do with tech and more to do with like uptime and stability. And so, I can't have my wife like, razz me about like why the lights won't work, or are the lights really going to work, or can I use the lights now? And because like I feel like sometimes a lot of that gets placed on like the tech, and I don't want it's not the tech's fault, it's me and the operator with a lot of crazy stuff that I'm doing. So I try to simplify stuff. So anyways, I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like it. I'm even though I'm not using it now, I'm glad I did it because I learned about it. And funny thing, I learned about Mac VLAN in Kubernetes, and now I'm applying that to Docker. And it's funny because most people learn Mac VLAN and IP VLAN with Docker. I never used it. I didn't use it until I went to Multus in Kubernetes, which allows for IP VLAN and Mac VLAN. And now that I know it, I'm like, cool, I remember this. And this is exactly what I'm doing in Compose is using Mac VLAN. So it's pretty cool. I'm still glad I went down that path. So all right, my voice is like toast. It is so toast. If I talk in a normal voice, like I have my like Twitch voice, I have my YouTube voice, and then I have a normal voice. My normal voice is gonna be like, Oh man. So let me see. All right. I'm guessing yours came with 16 gigs of RAM like mine. Can you still do a few VMs if you want? You have to be a bit more frugal with RAM assignments. I'm missing that. Maybe I'm missing something. Probably because I've been clicking all over. Oh yeah, I did. Here we go. TFTP, I expect more than a new Pixel 9 announcement. Yeah, I hope so too. I hope so too. They're going to announce Pixel 9, or will it be Pixel 8 or Pixel Z? Pixel 8Z. I'm teasing. Because they went from 8 to 8A, but I'm sure they had a reason for that. And I'm sure if they would have went to another major number, people are like, this shouldn't be a new version, so. Okay. Hey, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. First of all, firstly, sorry I was late. Like I said, I mentioned it in Discord, but I had to finish up recording the last video, so thanks for sticking around. I appreciate it. Thank you so much to everyone. There was bits. There was lots of bits. There was subs. There was lots of gifted subs. There was renew subs, new subs. Hit my sub goal. There was hype train. I'm just looking through all this. Lots of follows, and most importantly, and really important to me, lots of chat going on and lots of things to talk about and discuss. So thank you so much. If I skipped over your question, I apologize. I try not to, but towards the end, what can you do? If you want to talk more, if you want to chat more, you want to ping me directly and get my opinion on something, you absolutely can. I'm totally cool with that. We have a Discord we're really close to 10,000. It keeps getting close to that and then going down like by 100. So I don't know if I'm just saying the wrong things or like bots are getting cleaned up on Discord. Dude, Alex, thank you so much. Man, have a great weekend all. 352 bits. Appreciate it. Thank you. I have a great weekend too. In my head, I keep thinking it's like Sunday. Like yesterday was kind of Saturday. I have no idea. I'm like so confused on the day. Especially doing YouTube stuff a lot and then having a holiday and then, yeah, it's confusing. Anyways, join Discord. It's awesome. Super low ping. A lot of people talking about a lot of cool stuff and just kind of hanging out. If you can't, that's cool too. You can ping me anywhere. I'm usually anywhere. I'm pretty much on every social network that I can think of. Dude, thank you so much. I appreciate it. What is going on now? I'm seeing more stuff. Oh yeah, thanks for the stream. See you later. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm like getting all confused because I see that. Yeah, I see. Yeah, I definitely need to take a break from the screen. Anyways, thank you so much for being here. I will have something out for you very shortly. I was talking about it. Basically, my how-to guide on my self-hosted AI stack. I am going to release it on my Techno Tim Tinkers channel. So not on my main channel, on my other channel. Why? Because it's going to be super long, and when you release super long stuff on YouTube, the algorithm doesn't always like it. Usually a reflection of people not being able to watch the whole thing, and because of that, it doesn't get as much room to take off and fly. And if that happens enough on your channel, then your channel doesn't either. So anyways, there's a lot of insider baseball about YouTube. So, dude, Dark Zion, dude, thanks for the sub. Appreciate it. Dude, thank you so much. Subscribe 6 months. Tier 1, sorry. Thank you so much. I appreciate it for the renewed sub. And, dude, Alex, good night, everyone. 20 bits. Hey, y'all, thank you so much. I'll stop blabbing. Have a great night. I'll be in Discord. I'll be on social media if you need me, and have something out for you soon. So, appreciate it. Have a great weekend. Have a happy Saturday, and be good to each other. Take care, folks.